Yes? Huh? On the screen, what? Praise God. In the top stories, Prime Minister drew In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew re-elected leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. Dominica Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt defends electoral reform, and key witnesses recall Sean Diddy Combs' violent outbursts in sex trafficking trial. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday newscast. Today is Tuesday, the 20th day of May 2025. I am Jasmine Thomas. First on the local scene, Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew has been re-elected unopposed as political leader of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, SKNLP, also elected unopposed at the SKNLP's business session of the 93rd Annual Conference, were deputy political leaders the Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley and the Honorable Conwis Maynard. Diana Williams Humphrey was re-elected national chairperson. Tamisha Fifield was re-elected along with Xavier and Roma Richardson and MJ Byron, both elected as national vice chairpersons of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. National Secretary Meshach Alford and National Assistant Secretary Nadine Natter were returned unopposed to the new SKNLP executive. Kashima Gums and Diane Green were re-elected along with new face Junel Tross and will serve as floor members. Representatives of the 8 constituencies, Young Labour and Labour Women, are to appoint a representative each to the national executive. Prime Minister Drew said the leadership executive body and the comrades are reinvigorated, re-inspired, reconnected and more committed than ever to powering progress across St. Kitts and Nevis. The People's Action Movement, PAM, has reaffirmed its leadership team with Sheldon Pemberton returning unopposed as chairman and Carleen Henry Morton joining him as deputy chair. The announcement came during the party's annual caucus held on Sunday, 18th May. Delegates from all 8 constituencies attended the event, which also featured comprehensive reports from both administrative and constituency branches. Also returning unopposed were deputy political leaders Azad Gums and Lincoln David Pell. Shermel Drew was elected Assistant Secretary, returning to a familiar role she previously held, while Joanna Marsham Wilkin joins the executive as Treasurer. Laverne Keynes was once again returned unopposed as Public Relations Officer for the 3rd consecutive term. Political leader Natasha Gray Brooks welcomed the new committee executive, stating, "I am eagerly anticipating working with this dynamic executive to build on the foundation laid over the past year. With elections just 2 years away, we are laser focused on winning the hearts and minds of the electorate. Our party is poised for victory, and I am confident this team will lead us closer to that goal." In keeping with PAM's constitution, the newly elected executive will be formally ratified at the party's national convention on Sunday, the 1st of June. The Honorable Garth Wilkin, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, on the 19th of May 2025, addressed the 34th session of the United Nations Commission on Crime Prevention and Criminal Justice, calling for deeper international partnerships to bolster the administration of justice in small island developing states. Speaking to a global audience of policymakers and experts at the Vienna International Center in Austria, Attorney General Wilkin underscored the challenges faced by St. Kitts and Nevis in combating transnational criminal threats such as gun and drug trafficking, highlighting that serious capacity constraints limit small jurisdictions from responding effectively without external support. Despite these constraints, he reaffirmed the Federation's strong commitment to justice reform, noting that 83 pieces of legislation have been tabled since October 2022, with 72 already passed into law. These include several groundbreaking criminal justice statutes, such as the Plea Negotiations and Agreements Act, the Judge Alone Trials Act, the Voluntary Bill of Indictment Act, and the Justice Interference Prevention Act, all designed to streamline court processes and protect judicial integrity. In regional news, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has firmly defended the ruling Dominica Labour Party's DLP decision to introduce electoral reform, insisting the party will not allow opposition forces to weaken the country. His remarks came ahead of the DLP's 70th anniversary celebrations on the 1st of June. In a statement addressing recent political tensions, Skerrit accused opposition groups of feigning concern for democracy and undermining the government's efforts. The government's electoral reform legislation was approved by Parliament in March amid protests from opposition supporters who criticized the process for lacking transparency. Police clashed with demonstrators, using tear gas and rubber bullets to disperse crowds. The government of Trinidad and Tobago is celebrating what it calls a very positive development for the country's energy sector following the successful appraisal of the Onyx field operated by Perenco Trinidad and Tobago Limited. The Onyx field, located offshore in the Columbus Basin between the Teak and Pui fields, has revealed gas-bearing sands after appraisal drilling. Operations began in January 2025. Perenco, which holds a 70% working interest in the field, began drilling the appraisal well and the planned sidetrack on January 17. Last week, Perenco confirmed the discovery of significant columns of natural gas in two separate geological compartments on the eastern section of the Onyx field. The find, made at a depth of 180 feet, marks a major milestone for the company and potentially for Trinidad and Tobago's future gas supply. On the international scene, the second week of the sex trafficking trial of Sean Combs began in Manhattan Federal Court in New York on Monday. The 55-year-old hip-hop mogul, known as Diddy, faces 5 charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, with accusations including kidnapping, drugging, and coercing women into sexual activities. He has pleaded not guilty. During the first week of trial, Combs' former girlfriend of 10 years, R&B singer Cassandra Ventura, described graphic details of alleged sexual and physical abuses. Ventura, also known as Cassie, recalled sordid experiences during Sean Combs' drug-fueled sex events, which he called freak-offs. The prosecution now hears other key witnesses connected to Ventura. Singer Dawn Richard told jurors that Combs had threatened to kill her if she told anyone she saw him physically abusing his longtime girlfriend. Richard said she witnessed Combs attack Ventura multiple times when the young woman spoke up for herself. Ventura's longtime best friend, Kerry Morgan, also recalled Combs' many violent outbursts. Former employees of Combs, as well as Cassie's mother, Regina Ventura, are set to testify in upcoming days. And now for a look at the weather. Present weather is cloudy with slight dust haze. Winds are light from the east-northeast at 7 miles per hour. Seas are 1 to 1.5 meters or 3 to 5 feet. The weather forecast for today predicts partly sunny and hazy skies with a 40% or moderate chance of brief passing showers. Tonight will be partly cloudy with brief cloudy spells and a 60% or moderate chance of brief overnight showers. Sunset today will be at 6:38. Sunrise tomorrow morning will be at around 5:37. And that's it for the news ZIZ Major Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. Grace be to you and peace be multiplied.